So a few months ago, I made a video covering the rise of Grow Garden, explaining how it dominated the Roblox platform. It has gotten 2 million players at once, which turned into 3 million, an all-time record. Then it has gotten 5 million, 10 million, and eventually 22 million concurrent players at once, which is an all-time high. Until this game took over Roblox, battling with the Grow Garden in mid-late summer, eventually winning. The massive surge of players still obtained completely slaughtered Grow Garden's growth. But when did this begin? To answer that question, let's travel all the way back to March 2025, where Grow Garden was created. The main objective of the game was to buy plants from the shop with the shekels they give you, plant them, wait for them to grow, and make a profit out of that with mutations increasing the value of the plant. You will later buy more plants that cost more, which also sell for more and take longer to grow. But that's not all. They soon added pets, which come from certain eggs, with better eggs being rarer, and better pets in these eggs also being rarer. Certain pets like dragonflies circle around plants every once in a while and give them a mutation. Other pets can dig up plants, give effects to make the plant grow faster or sell for more, and a lot of other abilities. Events happen every hour to make an opportunity to harvest another type of currency exclusive to events. This currency can be used to buy exclusive plants which get OP really fast, but that's also not all. You see, what keeps the most players active is opportunities. You see, an average event lasts 2 weeks in Grow Garden, meaning they have to grind as much as possible to get as many of the most OP plants there. And then there is the main shop, gear shop, and a brand new passive shop, which I hate to say but I think nobody cares about, which restocks every 5 minutes. This might not be too big of a deal, but if there's something good on stock, like an Elder Strawberry, Grandmaster Sprinkler, or even a Transcendent Pumpkin Seed, it can get incredibly rare. This means that players AFK in Grow Garden to wait for the plants to go, wait for rare weather that causes good mutations, and most importantly, wait for something good in the shop. But if this is the reason why Grow Garden players play the game, why did most quit? How did the game's average player count drop from 1 to 2 million all the way down to 150,000? Well, first, let's explain repetitiveness. Basically, what Grow Garden did wrong here is repetitiveness. Every single update is basically an event where the same cycle is present. You wait every hour or two to get an opportunity to do something, and then do that to do another thing, then make it into currency and buy whatever's on there. It's the same cycle. Now, although you can find lots of variety there, like different seeds, tasks, objectives, it's always gonna be repetitive. To be honest, the worst thing they did here is to add an expansion, as it does nothing but add a few more seeds, objectives, add a few more mutations, and other than objectives, just a few other things like a seed or barely any gear. The devs of Grow Garden did not manage to release any other updated events, which will obviously kill the game. Another thing is the admin abuse, which does make huge spikes, but not many people are interested in that overall, and it's so repetitive. You get the same things over and over again, unless somebody else is hosting the admin abuse. For Steel of Bear and all these other games, the admin abuse overall is much more exciting, as literally it's chaos all over the place. There are actual themes to it, the devs get to decide what brain rots to release, and much more. Another way the game died is, well, because of the lack of hype on these updates. Normally, if people are hyped about a certain update and excited for it, like a game-changing update, which is normally the case because events were brand new back then and you used to have actual content that was actually exciting, but now there's nothing really new. The same gameplay loop, the same repetitive height, and well, people are obviously not get hyped towards that because over time people lost their minds to this game and just quit it because they found other games like Steel or Bear are more engaging. The amount of players in the game would also cause a massive overflow of currency. It would later destroy Grow Garden's main economy, shekels. Basically, because of so many open mutations in a game, like huge fruit size, and a lot of mutations like rainbow mutation and a shark mutation, which combined can increase the value of the plant by over 5,000 times, players abused this and made plants that sold for trillions, quadrillions, or even the quintillions. However, now that Grow Garden felt like that, is there any way to revive it? Well, it's nearly impossible to do that. First of all, Steel Burnout and the devs' new game Plants vs Zombies already dominated Roblox with very high average concurrent players. Despite the devs putting more effort into their updates now, with them even adding a guide and a past section, none of these efforts brought the game back from the dead. Secondly, the main goal of the game is to have as much shekels as possible. However, due to most players having so much shekels, they decided that enough is enough because they have overtaken their goal and left forever. So unless some great squid master conducts a game-changing strategy, it's simply not possible. So that was the fall of Grow Garden, a game that used to break records, gaining more and more concurrent players per update, shattered and mixed because the devs didn't improve independence, hype, and the waging of shekels. Games like Fish, which used to be what heavily inspired Grow Garden, or literally made the game to be created basically, are now competitors of Grow Garden simply because the devs didn't do a good job for the game to be engaged. So the main lesson overall, do better updates on your games. Take your time, and that's how a game can continue, but it will never last forever. The Grow Garden era has officially ended, and now it's still a brain rot. Wait, should I make a video about that?